Position. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Beat Drop. I am Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight, we have Seraph. How you doing tonight, Seraph?
I'm doing good. Pretty good. How about you?
I'm awesome, man. What a night we've had so far. Really, what a week. And I have to say it's been an awesome week here. Week 4, pardon me, stage 1. Teams jockeying for position moving into stage 2. Seraph, anything stood out to you so far this week? I can think of one thing that might have stood up.
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to notice. Tonight coming in, Hammerhead with a big upset 3-2 win over Oreo Fleet. They just went hard in the paint. Like I don't know how.
I'm honestly struggling to explain it. I don't know about you.
It's they did the work. I mean,
it's remarkable. And I said this before, like when we were watching it, as all the cast was sitting here.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest upset one of the biggest upsets in Tranquility history.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of a different one that's bigger. I don't know about the rest of you guys. So
undefeated team getting
mm-hmm.
you're going to a map 5 and losing against a pretty rolled over team. Like,
yeah,
pretty big.
It makes zero sense in the books, but now the match is in the books, I guess. And here we go. 3-2 Hammerhead. Incredible. There's been a lot of cool stuff this week. Obviously Big Bang Buccaneers with the big statement win over Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. You got to love that. I also like seeing Galactic Penguins with a huge, really just, Galactic Penguins, a lot of people were kind of wondering about them after that Jersey Boys loss. They came out and they not only beat, but they dominated a very good looking geometric. Oh no, that was last week, wasn't it? I got a couple weeks screwed up in my head here, I think. But Galactic Penguins looking really good, back in form again. Obviously Big Bang Buccaneers, big win for them. Seeing some of the bigger teams also kind of standing out in Transcendence tier. Carnage picking up that 4-0 as well is really big too for me. So lots of excitement right now. Lots of good looking stuff as people try to wrap up stage 1 here. We got next week coming up. That's going to be a lot to determine still. And I'm sure a lot of people are mathing out the possibilities. And we'll be talking about some of that on Monday, by the way, guys, on the Iris podcast. So you're not going to want to miss that at 9:00 Eastern time. But we have a fantastic beat drop for you guys tonight. We have 4 fantastic interviews. We will be starting it off here in just a moment. I will be interviewing Jonesy from Galactic Penguins. We also have a interview coming up with Seraph, who will be interviewing Nova, which is going to be
that guy.
Who's that guy, right? Nova from SEAL Team Spuds. Then we after that we have we're going to call it a special guest interview. Somebody who's been unannounced so far. We're going to leave that one a little bit of a surprise here for our third interview. And we'll be wrapping it up with our final interview of the night, and that's with JMX from Valkyrie. And that will be with Seraph as well. So we have, again, 4 awesome interviews. We will be Penguins play Geometric next week. You know what? Spousy, I don't know what's going on. Do you people actually think I know what I'm doing here? Like, I just fixed my echo that I had from week 1 just today. So that tells you how in shape and in form I am here, guys. So let's keep it real. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick it off here. Sarah, I'm just gonna let you go here for just a minute, and we are gonna get Jonesy in here. And Jonesy, why aren't you here? But no, I gotta fix technical issue now because I am on top of my game.
Oh, I'm still here. Not benched.
I know you can hang out with me for just a little bit longer. It'll be great. I don't know why that's not working, but hey, here we are now, and I'm just continuing to blab on. Seraph, anything else stand out from you this week? And I'll put you on the spot here.
Oh shoot. I think other than that Hammerhead win, I think it's pretty good to see which we're definitely getting the bigger picture about which teams are going to be within the different groups. Definitely the clear favorites, mostly in Group A, and definitely people who thought they were going to be Group C going to Group C. So pretty much some of the same from what I saw this week.
So strangely enough, I cannot change my video feed. So apparently we're just going to get to look at Seraph's beautiful face tonight.
Let's go.
But just one moment here while I work on that, guys. I appreciate your patience while we're getting that fixed up here. Seraph, Seraph, SEAL Team Spuds this week. We played Rift. You want to talk about Rift at all while I'm trying to figure out this technical issue really awkwardly?
I will say, Rift isn't a bad team at all. They definitely had points where they pushed into us pretty well, and we're almost able to win some maps. But in the end, we were able to reverse it pretty well. Uh, but definitely, just because some teams look undefeated, it's definitely not a wise thing to underestimate them going into any match against any team. You always want to be ready for any opponent you face. Yeah.
All right, and I think I just got it fixed up here. And Jonesy, thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate everybody's patience there. I apologize. I don't know why my everything is broken tonight. Welcome, Jonesy. How you doing?
How's it going, Yeti? I'm doing well. How
Uh,
about yourself?
tonight I'm kind of in a place. It seems like.
That's totally fine. I get it.
Yeah,
You kind of pulled me out of the void there. I was
I
floating
did. I
off in the
did.
netherworld, and you just grabbed me and just ripped me right into the stream. And here I
It's
am, happy and well, and ready to have this interview.
all right. Well, awesome. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. So let's talk about you a little bit. This is your first season in Tranquility. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of a funny origin story. LCS often jokes about it. So turns out that Chobi was looking for players. As you know, Chobi, previous main tank for Chrysalis last season. And as he was kind of going through the process of looking for players, having some trouble looking for a main tank. So found himself in ranked one day. Whether or not he was looking for a main tank at the time, I can't say.
Mhm.
But just so happened to bump into me. And really at that moment, I think I remember making a joke about like a Hanzo taking a clip of a good play and just laughing my head off in team chat. Very productive maintained gameplay, by the way.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Chobi immediately after he said, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, like, there's this community out there called Trank. You might be interested in it. Would you be willing to go to a tryout?" And I said, "Heck yeah, are you kidding me?" So went into the tryouts and just had a ton of fun with it. And for whatever reason, Chobi along with LCS and Gap, our coaches, they saw something in me and they picked me up for the team. So first season in Trank, very interested in the community. Y'all have a really, really robust community and super impressed by the professionalism, to be honest. And so very, very excited to continue on with Galactic Penguins this season.
All right, good job, Trank staff. We have them fooled. We make them think we're we made them think we made them think we're professional here. Hey, you know what? Thanks, Chobi, spreading the good word of tranquility around the Overwatch community. We can definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know what? I mean, hey, Galactic Penguins been kind of an interesting season. Up and down really isn't fair because it's been more of an absolute roller coaster, and I think you would agree with that because obviously preseason happened. It is what it is. I mean, up and down would describe it. How's it been in the team environment for you guys ever since you've kind of been dealing with these kind of roller coasters you've all been on?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, so, as you know, we're a very new team. We
Mhm,
have a lot of new faces, for the Tranquility community. And as you can imagine, developing that team chemistry is really important early on.
mhm,
And it can be a challenge when you have players that, hide accounts and things like that. So, unbeknownst to the team as a whole. So we really trusted in Dancer, to be honest. And it
mhm,
was it was a big loss for the team when that went south. But with that in mind, nothing but appreciation genuinely for the staff and team that kind of identified that and worked on resolving that, because there's nothing better than being solid and moving forward, right, with a legitimate team. The most important thing with Tranquility, as we all know, is just that kind of fair play, because that's what makes it fun and exciting, right? But with
mhm.
that in mind, so losing Dancer after the preseason tournament, going into the season, there was some concern there, but picking up has been just an excellent fill for the team, and has really kind of meshed well with the team dynamic as well. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that despite all of the positivity, we did take a pretty big L against the Jersey boys 2 weeks ago. And that was a surprising loss for the team. I think, kind of coming out as a new team and getting nothing but W's, frankly, early on in Tranquility, we're not used to losing. So for those of you who may have been observing that game at the time, you may have noticed there was some pretty aggressive comms going on, even mid game and mid match.
It
But to
happens,
be
man.
honest, it happens. It happens. And I
Exactly.
think the thing that we kind of take away from that is there's nothing better than having, a group of folks and a team that really care about the game enough to kind of bring it to that level. And it kind of reminds me of what you talked about a little bit, last week during one of the podcasts. You kind of talked about wanting to, take this seriously in as much as it's fun, right, and productive. So definitely a big learning experience for the Penguins taking that L,
Yeah.
and something that we kind of worked a lot on diffusing and working on moving forward. How do we manage through difficult times, in stressful games? So that's something I think Gap really stepped in and took a big role in kind of de-escalating, some of the intense comms going on at the time. And moving
Sure.
forward, to be honest with you, it's no hard feelings, and we're all excited to continue. And obviously, this week with the 4-0 kind of taking it back, definitely looking forward to a successful season. Hopefully, this time with a little bit more patience.
I will give you a ton of credit as a team, because we have seen teams come in, have an immense amount of success. Something happens, somebody's hiding something from somewhere, and whoever knew whatever, I mean, all that's irrelevant. But the team just goes in and they have this happen, and they're like, okay, we quit. Like, to your credit, to the Galactic Penguins' credit, to their leadership's credit, rather than just folding up and letting it define them as players and define them as a team, they decided, you know what? We'll pick it back up. We'll find another person to play that role, and we're going to get right back to trying to be as successful as we can. And we've had teams just this season who've had an immense amount of success come out and just absolutely give up after one thing doesn't go their way. And we see that a lot. I mean, look at Transcendence Tier. It's ridiculous. But to Galactic Penguins' credit, you guys said we're gonna do it, and it's an impressive thing from us as staff. We see it, we respect it, and that's really awesome to actually see you guys. And not only that, you guys have come out and you haven't relented. Like, you've gone out there and you've put your best foot forward. And I mean, despite the loss to Jersey Boys, like I said, you came out and you won the next match right away. You dominated the next match right away, and now you got a big match next week here, and that's the match against Geometric. I had a couple of things mixed up in my head there. Apologies, but I mean, there's just so many. These are just that's commendable, and that's awesome. But let's talk about some other stuff, because obviously Galactic Penguins, I mean, the reputation is what it is. You guys definitely know you're good, and you tell us you're good, and you know what? You talk the talk and you walk the walk usually. So I got to give you credit there. Let's talk about other stuff, because obviously outside of Overwatch, there is life outside of Overwatch, despite what some people in chat might think. Obviously. So, you've been, you mentioned here that you're doing a lot of, it seems like you're doing a lot of outdoor activities, specifically, rock climbing and snowboarding, things that I would never venture into myself because I'm uncoordinated. Tell me a bit about that. How'd you kind of get into that?
Yeah, I mean, so I grew up around Chicago, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity for that, right? But moving out west, so somewhere in the midst of the pandemic, I think around early 2019 or so, I made a move out to Oregon. And Oregon is a beautiful place. If you've never been, I highly recommend. Anybody from Trank, as long as you're cool, you have a place to stay in Central Oregon. Just DM me. But jokes aside, it's an incredible place. You've got beautiful trees, mountains, and all sorts of things. So really moving out here was my opportunity to take advantage of those things. And so that's been something I've been getting into over the last year. The only thing that's interesting about this is every time I go to the mountain, and I kid you not, I have a fear. Am I going to be able to play in the match this week, or am I going to break a leg? So that's like a genuine concern, but so far so good, and maybe only a couple more outings for the rest of the season. But
you can't, be breaking a leg. You can still right click. Well, you can still hold your shield up. On that same vein, I did get a question here from somebody in the chat, and I think they go by Gap. We might know them. Why must you not hold shield on Ryan?
So there's this infamous meme that I often die with 1600 HP shield on Ryan.
My man, right there.
I just want to call out that was maybe once. And I know for a fact now they're already putting together a montage of every time that this happened. But I'm telling you, there was one specific time that this happened, and I will never live it down. But until that point, you will never see me die with a 600 HP shield ever again. Maybe 1599. 1600? No way.
All right, Jonesy, it has been awesome getting to know you here tonight. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up real quick. Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Just hey, props to the Trent community. Everybody here is awesome. You guys are really positive, very professional atmosphere, and I really appreciate that. It's something that I love to show my friends and my family. We got, GP fans. Now, granted, we don't get featured every week, and I certainly won't show them internal comms, but outside of that, it's something that I definitely love to share. So very much appreciate that. And that's all I got. Thank you.
I never will show my family my personal stream ever. They don't need to see that vulgarity. All right, Jonesy, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been good to get to know you here. We are gonna kick it now over to our next interview, and that is gonna be with Seraph, and they will be interviewing Nova. So let's kick it over to them here right now. That's not right.
Nope.
All right. Well, there's that.
Nova, get in here. Late to your interview. All right, go. All right. How you doing, Nova?
I can't really complain. I'm a bit tired. Woke up from a nap, but I'm doing all right. Can't really complain.
Yeah. We had a pretty cool game on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was pretty swag, if I say so
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
LCS
All right.
his monitor didn't turn off, so
Oh, yeah. That was a big dub, I'd say, personally.
True.
Yeah. All right. So starting off with the first sort of question. What did your life look like before Overwatch in terms of gaming? What games did you play?
Well, before I got into Overwatch, I was a big console gamer. I played mostly on Xbox. A lot of games like Call of Duty. I played a lot of other like single player games like Terraria. I remember, but I didn't really get into like competitive shooter games until like Overwatch when I got it on my Xbox. But um, really before that, it was just kind of like single player stuff and a lot of like like Call of Duty when I had the time or my parents allowed me to get it. So before Overwatch, it wasn't really that exciting. It was mostly like Pokemon, like stuff,
Yeah.
Minecraft, more like the stereotypical stuff.
Right. So which COD did you play the most?
Black Ops 3. I played a lot of Black Ops 3.
Damn. No, I played Black Ops 2 a lot on the PS3.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on. You gotta give respect to the classics.
Oh, okay, I did play Black Ops 2
Yo,
at one
let's
point.
go.
Yeah, let's
Nice.
go fighting.
All right. So so you mentioned all that. What really made you like decide, I'm gonna click competitive mode. I'm gonna do my first placements. You know?
hmm
What made you decide to make that leap?
Well, first of all, when I first got the game on an Xbox, I was like, wow, this is a very cool game. It's like, and then I looked at like the menu screen. It's like, oh, there's a golden gun for this. How do I get that? And it's like, oh, competitive points. It's like, oh, and I went to do my placements, and that place like 1300. It was like I was
Oh,
like a
wow.
bronze. I was a
Wow.
bronze Genji player. Yeah,
Let's
it
go.
wa- yeah. So
Not so humble origins.
not so humble origins, but after that, I really got into just trying to get better at the game, and then obviously swapping over to PC helped out a lot with being able to play better, to use just like kind of grind myself up a lot more. I was able to get way higher than I was ever able to get on console, which I think is very good for me. And I have more golden guns now, so I have a lot of shiny weapons.
How'd you find the tranquility then?
It is a long and difficult story to weave my origins, but basically all you need to know is I knew somebody in the Boston Uprising Discord that invited me to a community where I played with the ever so infamous Capital Overwatch, and
Yo.
got to know him as a friend. Met him IRL at PAX East. It was a very cool experience. He's shorter than me, um, and that's basically it. He is a lot stronger than I am and is a lot cooler than I am. But after that, I played in some other teams with other infamous names like Ares, and I played on a team with that was really all the Tranquility people I knew. And then out of the blue, Capital asked me to ring for the Shitta team, Vitamin C. Everybody loves them. and I played in 2 matches, one against I think Pay to Win, and another one against Maelstrom, which is a featured match. And I just really liked how the entire the entire thing was structured. I thought, wow, this is just amazing. This is way better than any tournaments and teamwork like I've ever played in. And we won both times, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna keep my eye on this organization. Didn't really touch on it again until start of season 4, sorry. When I was kind of like my other teams were kind of like slowing down when like scrims and whatever. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, can I try for another team? And they said, yeah, sure, whatever. And I put my LFT in Trank, and immediately I got responses from Capital with the now infamous season 4 flashbacks.
We don't
And
talk about
we don't talk about them, but
we don't talk
um,
about season 4.
and I've just been in Trank ever since, and this has been my home. It's been where my homies have been, and it's been a great experience.
Yeah, no, I get that about competitive Overwatch. It's like you try it once and it's like, I really like playing with people who talk with me and
Yeah,
actually
know what they're
know
doing.
what's going
Yeah,
on. Yeah, have one brain cell besides the Roadhog player.
true.
Yeah,
Real.
yeah. Not hating on Roadhog players, but you know.
I will. I'll hate on Rogue players.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
No, but say outside of Overwatch,
Mhm.
what do you like to do?
Uh, Me? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. What you like to do?
I don't do much outside of Overwatch. I am in my room right now, which is where I stay mostly. I play video games. I sit here. I eat. I go to sleep, and then I wake up and do it all again. But outside of that and that small range of stuff, I like to snowboard. I'm a big snowboarder. I've been
Oh,
doing it
really?
for 12, 11 years
Uh,
now. I'm actually going out to Utah this weekend, and I'm gonna go visit a college and go snowboarding. So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Absolutely shredding it on the bunny trail.
Oh yeah, shredding it, man.
Let's go.
I'll send some
Show
pictures.
those kids who's
I'll
boss.
send some pictures in Spudge chat later when I go out there. It'd be very cool.
Right. Now, also a question from the chat here from Dad Master 9001 himself.
Oh,
What
fantastic.
what has been your favorite play you've done in your entire train career? What's the biggest
Oh,
pop off moment that comes to mind? Like, damn, I
oh.
did that. Damn, I fucked them up.
This is gonna seem like a while ago, but there was a moment in the season 3 Vitamin C versus Maelstrom game on I think it was Hanamura, where it was probably my favorite moments where I got like 4-ish kills on Farah on Hanamura. I booped somebody off the side behind the first point, like Patagonia place where the mega is. And that was probably like my biggest like pop off moment. I think I have a clip somewhere, but um it's probably my favorite moment.
Nice. All right. Well, with that out of the way, uh, is there anything else that you'd like to say real quick? Send a
Uh
message, shout out.
yeah, honestly, it's been one wild ride here. Obviously, I've been through it all. I've done it all with Tranquility. Been through 2 tiers. I've won 1 tier, trying to go for another 2 tiers right now. Um, and obviously, I've had some mental health issues over the past couple seasons, and I just want to say how thankful I am for every single one of you for, being there for me and just being an amazing group of people for me to, lay my thoughts on and to not be judgmental and not tell me to, suck it up and do all that. And you guys have been amazing for that. And I just want to say that I love you all, and that I hope that we have a great season, and that I'm looking forward to playing you all at some point. So thank you, and thank you, obviously.
Yeah. No, thank you very much for your time, Nova. It was
No
great to
problem.
hear from you. And I'll see you next scrim.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you. I don't know, at some point. I don't know. We'll see.
Whenever we scrim again. Yeah.
True, real.
All right. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and send it to our next special guest. I don't know if I should drum roll here. Hit the
There's no drum roll necessary because everybody knows him. Everybody knows him and loves him. That's right. Unfortunately, fortunately for everybody, joining us now on the Iris podcast, it is the one, the only, four-time All-Star Hall of Famer, Tranquility admin, the Tranquility Hammer himself. It's NPC, guys.
It's true.
NPC, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. I love being here. I was watching that feature match, and man, Hammerhead pulled it back. I never doubted. I was a Hammerhead believer from the start. So I always love a good map 5. You know me.
I do.
I love that always winnable 2CP and a good map 5.
I'm used to. It's yeah. You love it, especially when I'm casting.
Yeah.
I have to say. Now, NPC, you've been now in Tranquility since season 2.
2, yeah.
Good Lord. At this point, it's been going.
It's a shame I wasn't here at the beginning.
True.
Yeah.
You missed out season 1.
I really did miss out.
That was wild. That was the wild west around here. Season 2. Let's talk about the origins of NPC, because obviously you had to have found Tranquility somehow, and you found us when we were really, really small.
Yeah. Well, way back in the time of the dinosaurs, I was playing on console. I was a PlayStation player. I know you, right? But like I wasn't really into competitive gaming. Like I had just kind of put that beside, when I was in my youth, and just went to work. I was a career guy, and Overwatch really just pulled me back in. Like I was really into it. And the console group I was running with they were kind of toxic. There was that one guy who was only slightly better than everybody else, like 200 SR higher than everybody else, but like he was just the de facto leader and just told everybody what to do. And I kind of hated that. I was like, I'm gonna get out of this. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna switch over to PC, and I'm gonna go look around, see if I can find like a group or a team or something. Found Cavalier's post on some website somewhere, maybe Reddit or something. Joined up, got on a team. I was the SR anchor on a team that desperately needed it, because at the time the rules had no cap, had no ceiling or floor. So we had 2 Masters players that were like eating up all of the SR average, and they needed somebody at like 1800, and that was me, because I was new to PC. Little did they know it was a 3100 Lucio one trick on console. So I was an 1800 Reinhardt main in the era of GOATs, which was the best era to be a Reinhardt main. And then we played the game. We made it to the semifinals, to the finals. Actually, we lost to Smugs, who I will always hate for that, but he has my utmost respect. And we had a good time. I mean, it was just a great opportunity. And the more I got involved with Tranquility, the better I learned to love it. Like at first, it was just a tournament. It was just a time to play Wednesdays with the boys, scrimming here and there. Mm-hmm. But then, I started making podcast appearances, and I started making, little silly commercials. And it just, the more I gave in to the Tranquility community, the more it gave back to me. And I will always be grateful for that, because I've just had such a great experience over the past 3 years.
It has been a heck of a ride, NPC. Now, obviously, through thick and thin, you've been around through many, many, many teams at this point. Well, I guess actually like 2 or 3. But
well, really only like 2 teams. But I've rung on several teams, because there was a couple of seasons there where I just wasn't playing on teams. So I was the default ringer.
You were everybody's ringer, and you have several credits to your name: Palm Beach Poggers, Boop, Jetpack Cats back in the day. Gosh, there's so many more.
The asterisk for Jetpack Cats.
You are the asterisk for Jetpack Cats that season. I remember that very, very well. Now, obviously, NPC, you've come a long way in Tranquility, but there's a lot going on in your life outside of Trank. We haven't seen a whole lot of you. We used to see you like every week here on Trank TV, and just lately you haven't been around, and you're a busy guy. What's been going on?
Yeah, just I've been getting more and more involved with my beloved Dallas Fuel. In case you can't tell, I'm kind of a Dallas Fuel fan. Getting more and more involved with that organization, helping them out at the Call of Duty major, helping them out at their activities, their events. Of course, I'm getting paid in delicious Jack Link's beef jerky, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The stuff is just delicious. Shameless plug right there. No, but seriously, with the Overwatch League season ramping up, we finally have dates. We finally have times. We actually got a location today. Here in Texas, we're having the Battle for Texas to kick off Overwatch League Season 5 in San Antonio. Dallas and Houston are going to kind of meet halfway. It's a little bit closer to Houston than Dallas, but we'll call it halfway.
There's more Fuel fans than Houston fans.
Exactly. They didn't want to have it in Houston because there aren't any fans there. They wanted to sell some tickets to Dallas because it's a little closer. But no, we're definitely gonna have a good time. So if you're in Texas in general, I want to pick up some tickets. They're only $30. You can get down there to San Antonio. If you're in Dallas area, stay tuned. We may be doing something here in Dallas, but definitely check out the tickets. You can get those from the Houston Outlaws. And Dallas Fuel will have some as well. So just be waiting for that. But it's going to be a really good time. I'm just being more involved with that. But I'm still trying to stay true to my roots here in Tranquility. Tranquility it's always got a special place in my heart, and I love being here and available to Phil in case there's somebody that drops. Hey, I'm here. I'll be here.
It's like tonight. It's like
Exactly.
tonight. It's just NPC here in a hurry. I gotta ask a couple questions came over from chat, and the first question is from Glitch, and the question is will Get Off My Land ever return to bring glory back to the homeland?
No, unfortunately not. I mean, I loved my time with Get Off My Land. I think one season was enough. I feel like the second season was a little bit of a mistake. Just because the tournament has changed a lot since I joined in season 1 and season 2, and even some in season 2 and season 3 when I played, and even some in season 4. It was kind of a for fun. Everybody just have Wednesdays with the boys and we'll hang out and whatever. But Tranquility has grown quite a bit, and I'm proud of it in a lot of ways, but there's just not really a space for a team that doesn't practice. It's a free win for every other team in the bracket, and if you happen to get saddled with us in your stage, you got an accidental boost, right? You got that free victory, which puts you in a higher bracket in stage 2, which puts you at a disadvantage for your skill level. And I feel like it really upset the bracket, and it upset the tournament as a whole, and it wasn't healthy for the tournament side of the community to have a team that just didn't practice, that didn't scrim. And the players in Get Off My Land, I'm still very close with all of them. I've gone to see several of them in person. I've attended a couple of weddings for some of them. So they're very good friends of mine, and we still play quick play together, but we're just not going to be part of Tranquility, just because I don't think it's good for the health of the tournament itself.
A completely fair statement. NPC, a question in the chat from somebody, Mr. Yeti. What are the odds that you will continue to distribute Christmas cards to the members of the community who want them?
Christmas cards. Well, even some of them that don't want them. Basically, if they put their address in the form on the charity giveaways or something, I'll just mail you a Christmas card by default.
It's true.
Christmas cards have been a big thing of mine since I want to say 2005.
Yep.
I made one kind of as a joke, and it just became insanely popular. So every year after that, I had to send them to my clients and my family, and I go all out. I make a pretty complicated and very big Christmas card that puts a lot of others to shame. So everybody gets a physical card. It's the only card I send. I don't send birthday cards or Arbor Day cards or none of that. Only Christmas card, and it's the only one I send. But it's a doozy.
Also, I have a question from my 8-year-old. When will the bald sticker guy send more stickers?
Oh, if you want more stickers, I'll hook you up. I'll even send your 8-year-old beef jerky.
There we go. That's what she needs. Put it
in the lunchbox, send her to school.
It's great. It's a protein boost. Kids, we all know kids, they're picky
very,
eaters.
very healthy snack for kids. Yeah,
it's true. It's great. Last thing here, NPC. It's an important question. I think you've always been a bastion of positivity and tranquility, but who's been your favorite org to root for?
Ooh, wow, that's a tough one. Really, whoever's the underdog. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm always a ringer on Boop. Like I'm their go-to ringer. I'm just a fan of the underdog. No matter if you're losing, if you're down 3-0, if you're winless, I'm cheering for you. Hammerhead, I got your back because I want to see it. I love that underdog story. I love those teams that, despite all the odds, despite their problems, despite losing, they still want to play because they enjoy the game. And that means a lot to me, and it means a lot that I want to support that team and I want to support them. So really, no matter who you are, if you're losing, if you're down bad, that's okay. Just remember, I got your back.
NPC, always a pleasure, my friend. I certainly appreciate you stepping in on short notice here and making this happen tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Next interview tonight, guys. We have really your last interview, and it's one that you probably all are excited for. If you've been in Discord discussion, you know who I'm talking about. That's for sure. But we got we coming in now, being interviewed by Seraph. We have the one, the only. Should we go by Juice or JMX? Juice MX, one of those. It's just all those things are good, and then we're gonna have Seraph here right now for that interview. So Seraph, it's all yours. Take it away, buddy.
All right. Hello there, JMX. What's going on?
How's your night going?
It's going good, for sure.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah. So, real quick question.
Sure.
JMX, your name rhymes with BMX. Is BMX Reaper your favorite PFP on
Ooh,
Overwatch? Yeah. It's a
Oh,
tough one.
so currently, at least for my game day account, I'm using the Surf Echo at the moment. However, I do respect the BMX Reaper a lot. I used it for actually
Let's go.
well, because like I started playing on PC in 2017, and that was actually one of the first Summer Games icons I got. So I rocked that up until I got the diving Roadhog.
Yeah.
Because come on,
Oh my God.
that's gas. You can't. There's nothing better.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So, first big question.
Sure.
What was your history? What's your gaming history? What's your gamer rep?
Oh,
Before Tranquility, before Overwatch, for all that.
all right.
How
So
did you get started?
it started when I was about 4 or 5 years old when my brother got a Game Boy from like
Respect.
selling it's like a bake sale. He sold enough and he got a Game Boy Advance, and it was
Oh, shit.
the Namco Arcade Classics as well as Pokemon Emerald. Those were my first two.
Nice.
After that, whenever my dad would go to do burn photos at Best Buy, I would go play the World of Warcraft demo.
Oh, cool.
When I was like 6 or 7, I had no idea what I was doing. I never left the starting area. And then when I got my first ever console, it was a lot of Halo 3, it was a lot of Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. And it was about 2017, I want to say, when I got my computer. And that's when I started playing Overwatch more seriously. I played a little bit of it on a console. I was okay. I really wasn't really trying to win. I was just trying to have a good time. Didn't really play ranked too much. But yeah, Overwatch on PC, I was definitely like kind of like itching for it. It was a really good it's a competitive itch. It's like you want to see the funny numbers go up. You don't want to see them go down. You want to see better numbers.
You want to get
And
the bling, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like the golden guns were really cool. I never got any on consoles. I was like, yo, I kind of need these. These are gas. And so I started playing a ton of that. And then recently, about 2020, during when the quarantine started, I started getting burnt out from Overwatch. So I started playing other games. I started playing more Counter-Strike, more Apex, more League of Legends. Some other single-player games. I played Skyrim for the first time. It's crazy. Love it. Amazing game.
First
But,
time,
yeah.
2020 Skyrim?
I was never big into single player games. Like it was like literally just like it was like Pokemon because it was like brainless. I didn't have to think. It was just like I sit down, I use the little critters to fight other critters. That's all I needed.
It's been re-released 4 times, man. Come on.
At least I got to it.
No, but transitioning to that,
Mm.
how'd you find your way to Tranquility? Did you do any competitive scrims before then, or?
Oh
What's
yeah, I played a ton of especially when I got to PC. Once I started like hitting like Diamond Masters and hitting near that GM range, I started playing competitively because my friends were like, "You should try it. It should be fun." I think we were talking about this before the podcast started. It was like season 3, where I casted a singular game for Tranquility, and then left the server and did not come back until season 6. Season 6, I joined the server again because Kyle, who's on Devil Dukes and I believe the Quokka Queens coach, he was like, "Yo, you should play this." I'm like, "All right." And I put an LFT in Discord tier. Bard decided to pick me up for Mechanized that season. We did really well, in my opinion. We lost a lot. We lost a few games, but we really, honestly, overall, we did pretty good. And unfortunately, we did lose in playoffs. And then I took another break from Overwatch. I started playing more like League again because I was just burnt out again. And this season, Zoteic, who's my boyfriend, was like, "Yo, do you want to play an Overwatch? Do you want to do another Overwatch tournament?" I'm like, "It's been a bit. I'm probably gonna be like scuffed as all can be." And he's like, No, it's fine. We'll do a Discord tier team together. It'll be perfect." I'm like, "All right, you know what? Let's do it." And then we were looking for teams. We kept like advertising that we wanted to play together because we didn't want to be on different teams. And Jimbo was like, "Hey, Valkyrie is a team that doesn't have DPS players." And so I was like, I I got you. So we trialed, and at first I wasn't kind of keen on it because he kept asking me to play May. But then I asked him in DMs if I could just join the team and not have to play May ever. He said yes, and here we are. Never had to play May yet.
You bargained your way out of May. Let's go.
I can't play her for my life.
No, but yeah, your team's been doing pretty good so far. 3-1 Trank.
So far, we beat Domination 3-1. We beat Renegades 3-2, 4-0 Firefight, and we just recently beat Storybook Heroes 3-1. So we're currently 4-0 at the moment. I believe we're playing Monarch next week. Yeah, I think so. Monarch. They're the one with the butterfly. Yeah. They have a cool logo. Yeah, that's what I was remembering.
Yeah. Cool logo. Tough matchup next week.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting game. We're hoping to close out the first stage 5-0. Would be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty good so far. For sure.
I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Now, rotating outside of Overwatch, it's a very enthralling subject.
Of course.
It captivates our hearts and our minds. But wondering what you do outside Tranquility. What does the JMX do for fun?
All right, so there's a few things that I could say, and then we're gonna go. There's the things that we're not gonna talk about. So the things we can say. So I'm a university student. I graduate in about 46 days. I'm counting it down now.
Wow.
I'm graduating from a university down here in Florida. Getting my political science degree. I'm probably gonna go to grad school afterwards. Probably law school after that. But other than that, I do a lot of cooking. I'm big into fashion. I'm a weeb. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for it. I am a cat uncle to my roommate's cat, who's also my cousin. His name is the cat's name is Zaza. He's about a year old, and he is a gremlin. I do not like him, but I tolerate him. But yeah, I like to keep my interests open. I try anything interesting that like kind of catches my eye. I go for. I try it out because that's how you have to live life, you know.
Right. Yeah, I've heard. Just heard around from what you've been saying, whatnot. you like to cook a lot.
Yeah, I like to cook a ton. Recently, my roommate and I we did tri-tip steaks recently with some roasted potatoes and asparagus. Oh, pristine quality food.
Asparagus good.
Asparagus is good. Asparagus is a top tier vegetable, and I'm tired of people saying it's not.
Yeah, it's good when you roast it pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just got to cook it right. Every vegetable is good if you know how to prepare it. You know what I mean?
And I also heard you're into fashion. What's your fashion taste like?
All right,
where's the drip check?
All right, so usually when I'm hanging out in my apartment, it's like basketball shorts and hoodies because it's like I'm trying to be comfortable. You know what I mean? However, when I go out, it's a lot of nice button downs, a lot of blazers. I do have it not here with me, but I have a burgundy suit somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Which is stylish, by the way. I want to point that out. It is beautiful, pristine. I wore it to one wedding before COVID, and I wear it to every formal event afterwards. I am not changing it until like COVID stuff is lifted everywhere. Like until COVID's like done with, I'm wearing that to every formal event. Not getting a suit.
Mr. Business everywhere, huh?
Yes, sir. Because I mean, like, fashion is one of the things that's like really, really like it's obviously very subjective, you know. But I think people can appreciate, especially more recently, especially with like the terms like drip and all that coming out. People are definitely more appreciative of fashion than they used to be. I feel, and I'm definitely a big fan of that.
Nice. All right. Well, just to close things off, is there any last statement you want to make?
To my people at Valkyrie, I love y'all. Zotac, I love you even more. And to the rest of the Tranquility community, I hope you keep supporting Valkyrie for the rest of the season. Much love from your boy JMX. Tune into the stream whenever I stream our next game against Monarch, because I don't think Jimbo signed us up for feature match, so it'll be streamed on my channel.
Nice. Yo, but yeah, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, you too. Keep rocking those Pit Vipers.
Oh, you know I will.
Nice. And all right, that should be it for all of our interviewees, I believe.
That certainly is. And thank you so much to Sarah for all you did tonight. We certainly appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who came out today. Obviously, JMX, we certainly appreciate it. NPC, Nova, and Jonesy, all you guys, awesome. It's been a pleasure getting to know all of you tonight. here on the Beat Drop. If you are interested in being on the Beat Drop, you have your best opportunity to do that is just go into the Discord in the content or in the live content discussion. There is a form you can fill out if you want to be here on the interviews. We have a few spots open for the remainder of the season, so get in there quick and we will try to get you on the show. But we certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. As a reminder, coming up on Monday, we have the Iris podcast, as well as Predicting Tranquility starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time. On Tuesday, we have the kickoff feature match over in the EU side. That's EU Scrimbox, EU Scrimbucks, not Scrimbox, taking on Snubble Gold. We also have on the NA side match between Steam and Frost Nova at 8:30 Eastern that day as well. And back again Wednesday, of course, we have Decapitators taking on Rat Society in that feature match as well. So lots of good stuff coming up here on Tranquility. Make sure to tune in, stay tuned. As always, we certainly appreciate everybody being here. We hope you had a fantastic week 4, and for everybody here in Tranquility, we'll see you guys very soon.